come on my show.
I mean, that's how it is.
Because I don't think either one of us are malicious in what we're talking about. We're just
No.
reporting what's out there.
Yes. Like, everyone thinks that I am anti-Melissa and Joe Gorga now.
Really?
And I'm just like, this is what's out there. They're getting sued again.
Oh, yeah. It's
I mean, I'm not making this up. Do I think this is Melissa's last season on New Jersey? I do. It doesn't mean I do.
I feel as
I
if
could be
it
wrong.
might be her last season, or I think next season might be her last.
That's what Kim says. I think, listen, last year, people are like, shut up. I'm sick of you saying this. Last year, second weekend, I said Lisa Rinna's being fired. And then I said that for like 900 weeks. And then the last month before Beverly Hills was over, I started getting cold feet. Not that I can't be wrong. I could be wrong every day. I started getting cold feet, and I said, oh, yeah, she's going to come back. And then she was fired. Or allegedly left, or allegedly was fired.
Because we also don't know what the conversations that are being had behind the scenes.
Right.
You know
so
what I mean?
I'm gonna stick with my opinion. I'm not.
I mean, I could definitely see that.
Like, if Melissa stays, I would rather just be wrong than change my opinion and be like, I should have. I just feel.
Why do you think though this is her last season? I mean, I kind of have an idea. But.
I feel that they don't like when it's really over, they don't give you that season to just wrap everything up. Like, Rinna could have easily, I mean, listen, hello, like, you don't think the world wants to see Rinna and Kathy Hilton on screen together, and what type of apology, and is there going to, so there is more there with Rinna and Kathy. I think they just like to leave it when it's like over, and a reconciliation could be a little something, but not much. Do you see what I'm saying? So I just think Teresa is really over Melissa and isn't backing down, and I feel like you could redeem it, but there is no redemption. As sick of people, I mean, people are sick of it. It seems like you are. Now you have about 20 more weeks, sweetie, and a reunion. So I think by the end of this, it's going to be like, this is so exhausted between these two. It's like, if Melissa comes back, what happens next season? I mean, really, what? There's nothing. What is Teresa
She's gonna have to have a baby or find that long lost sister.
Right, and none of that's happening. And I mean,
here's the thing: I want Melissa and Joe just to bow out gracefully, so that people can realize that Teresa is not the great housewife that you really think she is. I mean, she has.
They might easily realize that.
I think
yes,
there also is a sector of people that are over Teresa. But I want Teresa to have her own season where people will realize, like, oh, she's not that entertaining on her own. She's not that entertaining. Louis is creepy. Oh, no.
It's been many years, I think people, like, I think we don't really know a Teresa without Melissa in a way. I do think a lot of people are over Teresa. No. I do. I actually do.
No. I
really don't. Like, I do enjoy Teresa in a way, but I understand why everyone could be over her as well.
Yeah, and Teresa's had some really good years. I think it's the last couple of years that it's very apparent that Teresa is very calculated in her own way. This is no way Team Teresa.
Yeah, no, I'm so curious. How is she calculated?
Oh my gosh, the people that she brings on and befriends and right now we're seeing it. She's done this before, and now she has Louis. She has Louis' family. She doesn't need the Gorgas anymore. So she's like,
100%. That's what it is.
And she's done that before. This is not the first. This is not the second. This is not the third time she's done that on this show. If you just roll the tape, which is fine. She's playing the game of Housewives, but I'm just like,
That's
Teresa?
What it is. It's the Teresa show, and when she
they didn't want to give her her own spinoff.
Kim says this all the time. Kim is like, no, Teresa's been waiting for this with Melissa and Joe for about 10 years. She needed them when no one would film with them, and she did what she had to do. And
they needed Teresa as well.
It all worked out.
We wouldn't have been interested in the Gorgas after a couple of seasons.
No,
these last couple of seasons with Melissa, I'm like, what's happening here? And like I said, you don't need to have a storyline if you're an interesting person. She's neither.
Yeah, I would agree. And I have nothing against Melissa. It's just like, as a producer, if I'm going to put my producer hat on, I think it's over. And I think Melissa knows it's over, because I think she's acting strange. To me, she's acting like Lisa Rinna acted last season. Like, she's in the comments. She is in people's comments, fighting. Since when does Melissa Gorga respond to fans, if
Yeah.
you want to call them. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see her on Watch What Happens recently with Andy?
I
I
saw
thought that was
clips.
weird.
Yeah.
I thought Andy was kind of like knows
Over
it's
her.
over. Yeah, this is just, and maybe I'm wrong, but I get this impression.
And I'm also over the rehashing of who she snuck her way onto the
Oh my
show. I'm
God.
over the text message, the engagement party seating. I don't care about any of that stuff. When you guys don't like each other, it's okay. You
And
don't
you
have to
never
like your
will.
family.
Right. What do you think of the rest of Jersey? Like, do you like Margaret, Dolores, Jennifer? Do you think the whole thing should just be like, let's just clean
I'm not one
house?
of those people because I think it's too soon to be like, oh, just be done with it because the ratings are still rating.
Huge.
Margaret, I never really loved Margaret in the beginning. I felt like she was a little two-faced when she came on as Soggy's friend, but then Soggy became Soggy, and
She did. We love Soggy.
But I didn't. I was like, okay, I don't mind Margaret, but this season so far, I'm like, Margaret, why are you here?
You're over Margaret.
I'm over Margaret. I don't mind the newbies so far, but it's too early to say. But we'll see.
Are you excited? I mean, what did you think of last season of Atlanta as I roll my eyes? Like, do you think, because I mean, Atlanta to me is, I agree with you when you started about Potomac. For me, this wasn't the best Potomac season.
No.
For no reason. Like, I'm not a Mia fan. That's just me. I have some issues with the professor. I'm going to be honest with you.
Dr. Wendy Osefo.
I have some issues with the professor. Look, I don't like when someone wants it too much and when you are in the game. So, I mean, but Atlanta has seen better days for me too.
Oh, without a doubt.
Last season, we have all-stars. We have the Peach is finally given to the all-star Marlo. We have the Bone Collector is back. We have Candy. I mean, this is blockbuster, and yet it fell so flat.
Well, you know why it fell flat.
Why? Tell me.
Her initial storyline was going to be about her jailbird boyfriend. That fell through.
Who wouldn't film?
Yeah. And she was like, okay, I'm going to do She by Sheree because she knows that's always been attached to her. Now we're going to, that fell apart. And we knew it was going to fall apart because that was not what she's passionate about. She's not good at business.
No.
And then, of course, we had Sonia Richards-Ross was okay. She was okay. I don't think she's as bad as people made her out to be.
I would agree with that. She's okay.
But you can't have okay if the rest of the cast is not bringing it. Kenya, for me, always will bring it. She understands the assignment.
She's
all the time.
MVP of the whole fucking thing.
She will even. I don't care about it. You could be divorcing for the next 10 seasons. She's still going to bring it.
I agree.
Kenya for me, and Kenya has her stands too. But I understand why they stand. She's great. She's great TV. Candy, when activated, is great TV. There's a reason why Candy's still there. Bravo loves her for a reason.
Andy loves her.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, listen, Candy to me is maybe like a Rinna where, no, she's not, beyond.